Carcassonne is a tile-laying game in which the objective is to score the most victory points by completing features such as cities, roads and cloisters. This video will teach you everything you need to know to set up the game and play. Setup. Separate the starting tile from the other tiles and place it in the middle of the table. The starting tile has a different colour back from the others to make it easy to recognise. Each player chooses a colour and takes all the pieces for that colour. For the purposes of this video, these pieces will be referred to by the common name meeples. Take one meeple from each player and place it on the 0 space on the score track. Each player should now have 7 meeples in front of them. You are now ready to play Carcassonne. Playing the game. Determine the starting player randomly. On your turn you can do 3 things. Firstly, you must draw and place a tile. If you draw a tile with no legal placement, you must put the tile back and draw again. Tiles can only be placed orthogonally adjacent. That means side by side rather than corner to corner. Any feature on a tile must connect to an existing feature. Here you can see that I could connect this piece to the road, the city or to the grass. Once you have placed your tile, you may place a follower. They may be placed on or in any feature of the tile you just placed, as long as that feature is not currently occupied. Here you can see that I could place my follower as a knight in the city, a robber on the road or a farmer in the field. Let's move the game on a bit. Here I place the tile so that it completes this city. I already had a meeple in this city, so I cannot place another in that feature. Red already has a meeple in the field, so I cannot go there. However, I can place a meeple on the road. You do not have to place a meeple at all if you do not want to. The final thing you can do on your turn is score any completed features. Cities are completed when the outer wall forms a complete unbroken circuit. Like this. Cities score 2 points per tile and 2 points per pennant. So this city would score 18 points. Roads are broken by other features. For example, this road ends at the city gates and at the crossroads. So these 3 road tiles would score 1 point per tile. So the road would be worth 3 points. Farms are never complete and do not score until the end of the game. Cloisters are completed when they are surrounded by tiles, like so. Cloisters are always worth 9 points when completed. The player with the most meeples in a feature when it is completed scores the points for that feature. If multiple players are tied for the most, then both players score the full points. To score, simply move your scoring meeple to the correct number of points on the scoring track. You cannot place a meeple in the same feature as another player. However, you can connect 2 occupied features together so that the 2 meeples now share the same feature. In this way, you can drop multiple meeples into another player's feature and steal their points. If a player has fewer meeples in a feature when it is scored, they score no points. Ending the game. Play continues until all tiles have been placed. When that happens, all players must score points for each of their incomplete features. Cities score 1 point per tile and 1 point per pennant. Roads score 1 point per tile, and cloisters score 1 point for themselves, plus 1 point for each adjacent tile. Lastly, farmers are scored. Like with any other feature, the player with the most farmers in a field scores all the points for that field, or shares in the case of a tie. Roads and cities break up fields. You must be able to trace a line of green from one edge of a tile to another to make a farm. Each city connected to the field is worth 3 points. Winning the game. Finally, after all the points have been tallied, the player with the most points wins. The average points scored in a game is around 150. That means that you will go around the track several times. To keep track, you may want to write the scores on a piece of paper, hand out markers when players pass the 50, or, like me, assign a position to the scoring meeple for each completed lap. For example, lap 1, standing, lap 2, lying down, lap 3, standing on his head. And now you know how to play Carcassonne. So turn off your computer and break out the cardboard. Break out the cardboard.